Hey guys, I just figured I'd check back in. It's been a while since my last post, and I wanted to just do a little bit of review of how I'm doing today, what the process has been like up until now, and the kind of progress I've made. So, just to do some recap, it was 25 weeks ago that I had my surgery. It was on September 11th. I was in a cast for 6 weeks. I got my cast off on October 21st, and then I wore a splint for about 2.5 weeks, and then it was on and off with the splint as I felt necessary if I was in a situation of possible danger of re-injury. So other than that, I've just been keeping up with my physical therapy and scar massage. I actually am not in therapy anymore. I just check in about once a month just to make sure everything's going all right and my nerves regenerating. And yeah, so just to do a quick review of what the full injury was. There's a scar. It's on my left hand. It's kind of nasty, but the full professional description of what the actual injury was. It's a flexor digitorum profundus and flexor digitorum superficialis laceration to the index finger. Flexor digitorum superficialis lacerations on my long, ring, and small fingers. Complete median nerve laceration, and open wrist laceration of 5 centimeters in length. And actually, before I get into kind of what I've been working on in the meantime since my last post, I just wanted to say also thank you to someone who's been posting a lot. His name is Concerned on the website, and he's been posting a lot of updates about what's been going on with his hand and his injury. And it's a little bit different than my injury, so if yours varies in any way and you want to check out some of his stuff, it's great. It really helps out a lot and it clarifies some stuff that I may not touch upon or some stuff that my injury might not entail that his does. And he's actually currently going through the process as well now. So if you have any questions, I might be able to put some questions from you up on the blog and get you in touch. We can see with him. But anyways, in the meantime, so I guess I will start with the median nerve and what I've got for feeling. So as you know, the median nerve controls feeling for the thumb, the index, the middle, and this side of the ring finger. And as of now, everything is lighting up. Everything is kind of electrical, and I know that can be kind of confusing the way that I put it, but it's basically if you tap there, you can feel almost like an electric shock, like those joke pens where you feel the zap. And I feel that basically everywhere in my hand where the median nerve should be covering, except for the front of my thumb, where it's very faint, and I'm actually starting to get some of my texture feeling back. The same guy Concerned had posted about something called sensory reeducation, where you kind of keep your eyes closed and you feel different textures and try to retrain your brain what those textures feel like. I don't know a whole lot about it because I didn't do it professionally with my therapist. We didn't actually make it to that. We worked a lot more on just mobility in our time together, so I don't know the full ins and outs of sensory reeducation. If that's something that you're interested in terms of getting feeling back, I totally would look into it. I've been looking into it, although I hesitate to give any formal advice on it because I wasn't given formal advice on it. So I'm not gonna get into the medical aspect of that. But in the meantime, I've been working a little bit on that and just kind of checking out different textures and using my left hand for as much as I can, just to kind of get it back into the swing of things and get it feeling comfortable again. In addition to that, I've been working on isolation still for therapy. Um, I can do pretty much everything. I'm lifting weights again. I'm playing guitar. I'm playing piano. Guitar is tough because when you press the strings down, because they're steel strings, they set off kind of the sensor. All the feeling in my hand, all that electric feeling kind of fires rapidly, and I can't really handle it. It pinches a lot. So I'm waiting for that to kind of come back some more before I continue to play. But I can physically make the chords now. I can do some soloing if I have kind of softer strings. So the mobility isn't the issue. The only problem I have with mobility as of now is the ability to isolate fingers. For example, if I'm going to try to put down my ring finger only, they all go down kind of. And I talked to my doctor about what I can do for therapy to fix that. He said the best I can do is to maybe hold it up and then try to put the other ones down. Work on slowly getting it further and further back while keeping the other ones down as far as I can. And it's tight, it's hard to do. But that's really the game with most of these therapy exercises is that they're going to hurt. They're not going to feel good. They're going to be uncomfortable. It's stretching. You have to do it. So that's what I've been working on with each of the fingers. just to kind of get them not sticking together. He said the reason for them sticking together is because where the actual scar is, it's hard to see on the camera, but you can see that lump still there. It runs up and down. He called it spaghetti wrist. So basically what it is as the tendons were healing with the stitches, a bunch of scar tissue formed and it kind of stuck them all together. So now when I move them, they move as a unit because they're all stuck together inside with the scar tissue. I'm hoping that with this continued therapy I can break it down. Ultrasound will work too if you do it for an extended period of time, although because I'm no longer in therapy, I don't get a whole lot of the ultrasound, although I do when I go back. So I'm working on that, and also to break it down, I've been massaging it still. Everyone who has this injury knows you have to massage like a madman. You look like you've got a tick walking around just constantly rubbing at it, but you have to. You have to. My scar is still getting caught. As you can clearly see, it's still getting caught. So I'm constantly doing that. I'm stretching out the fingers for isolation to break it up, and I'm also massaging. So those are the two main things I'm doing for exercises. And I haven't seen my therapist in a while just because, again, I'm only on once-a-month visits. But I'm hoping that when I go back, she can give me some more feedback on things I can do to keep working on it. So, also for the lump to go away, my doctor said it should be away in about 6 months. He said it might always be a little bit of a lump. He can't really guarantee anything on that. And for feeling, he can't guarantee that it's all going to come back or that I'm going to eventually be able to isolate them completely ever. But he said that as of now, this is a remarkable recovery for how serious of an injury I had. And I'm really grateful. I mean, once you're in the cast, anyone with this injury knows that once you're in the cast for weeks, or once you can't use your hand for weeks, as soon as you get anything back, you're grateful for it. So that's kind of what I'm working with now. And I guess other than that, yeah, I'm pretty much back to my normal lifestyle. And occasionally I'll notice that I'm looking for something in my pocket and I can't feel it. And so it's a little bit of an issue, but it's really not a big deal in the scheme of things. And I guess that's just about it. If you have any questions, I put a new page up on the blog to put questions and answers on. I know it can get kind of confusing when the questions are just posted on individual comments on mine, or individual posts of mine. That way they're not consolidated. So I started up a question and answer page. Feel free to post there. I try to get back to them as quickly as possible. If you have a private question or something you don't necessarily want to put on the blog, that's fine too. You can send that to recoveryblogs@gmail.com, and that'll go straight to me. And the last thing, I'm also I created an exercises page. It's still under construction right now, but I'm going to start putting up videos of the different exercises to stretch out as you're kind of going through therapy in the beginning, the stuff that I went through, the stuff that you're going to have to go through. And I think that should definitely help out to anyone out there who's just kind of going through the exercises, trying to think, is there a little bit more I can do? So as of now, that's all I've really got for an update. I hope it helps, and I wish you all the best of luck in your recoveries.